FlightBoss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, I want to get into a little bit of something like, I guess I'm gonna just freestyle. We're gonna get to some motherfucking metaphysics right now and shit. And you know, even a lot of people been going through a lot of things and finding their stability right now with the planetary alignments and shit, and with the, you know, the moon going through Gemini and getting ready to enter into to Cancer, and you know what I'm saying, the emotions gonna be heightened, and you know, people needing to find their emotional stability right now. There's a lot of other ways you could do certain things, because you know, you have a lot of people out here who are not into meditation. You have a lot of people out here who are not into certain things just based off their planetary alignment. It doesn't allow them to assess certain things that others may assess. So even for viewers like that, there's plenty different ways you can align yourself, and you know what I'm saying, I go through this all the time. Now I want to break down a little bit of something called your esoteric lawyer. Now, in the most lamest, simplest terms, your esoteric lawyer could be your common sense, it can be your conscious level, it could be your spirit, whatever program you want to release it in, scientifically, religion, whatever you're into, you can tie it in whatever. But at the end of the day, it's your higher self. Or it's, you can be led, you know, certain Hindus and different things have spirit guides. Certain other some other people have they pray to their ancestors. Now, this thing goes deep, because you know, when you're thinking about an esoteric lawyer, this could go down in many ways. Now, contracts. When we talk about contracts is something that you need to look over, and it's something that's very real. Now, what's a contract? Well, now when you're looking at a contract in real life, and the full extension of the Yang world, when things get manifested, things of contracts, when you go sign, when you want to go get a house loan, or loan from a bank, or sign a contract, or if you're in business, you sign in contracts with other companies, or whatever. There's a contract that you have to look over and agree with. And what 9 times out of 10, what do? You go get a lawyer to asset, you know what I'm saying, to take in and fully understand the contract. Now, when you get the lawyer, or if you want to decide to be your own lawyer and whatever, if you got in trouble with the law, whatever, going to court, whatever, everything is a contract. But I'm going to break it down to the most simplest terms, to the point that even when you conversate with someone, it's still contracts, esoterically. But before we get there, we're talking about the metaphysic world right now. Now, what's a contract? Now, when you look over a contract, say you agree with everything on a contract, right? Okay, you feel comfortable with signing your name. 9 times out of 10, it'd be a blue pen, black pen. That's another video. We get into the color scheme and the color energy that comes out of when you even writing with ink pens. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, and this is a reason, when they print up when they print the content on the contract, they use black ink. You know what I'm saying? So it absorbs whatever. When you sign on the paper with the contract with the black ink, the black energy itself is absorbent whatever conceived on that contract, and however you feel and whatever you agreed with inside, and also brought into the existence by signing your name on this contract, you agree to the contract. Now, if you don't sign it, and you want to take a little bit of time on it and go get a lawyer or something like that, and take a little time before you come to a decision, then the contract is undecided. If you don't agree with everything on that contract, and then the lawyer see a bunch of little stupid schemes in there that wouldn't help or benefit you if you was to sign it, then the lawyer would tell you no. So then you decline the contract. And if you have a lawyer, or if you're a good enough lawyer of yourself, you could come up with a certain way. You could come up with a certain plan, or, you know what I'm saying, get into conversation with whoever gave you the contract on how can the contract be better. And that way, we're getting into, we're debating it, and we're getting into the elements of how we agree. What can we agree on? What can we come to a common agreement? Can we come to a common grounds now? So now we're trying to find to a common ground now. Now, why does this make sense? Because this also goes on esoterically. So now, your esoteric lawyer is your ability to be able to analyze the contract that's being presented to you. Now, esoterically, contracts is everything. When someone calls you on the phone or someone asks you to do something with them, if you agree to it, you sign the contract esoterically. If you tell them, I don't know yet, you undecided on the contract and you're using your esoteric lawyer, whether you know it or not. When you start to analyze and see if you want to do that or not, whatever this proposition this person is giving you, your esoteric lawyer is looking over the contract before you come to a decision. If you decline, if you don't want to do what they want to do, you decline the contract. Now, reason why I'm saying this is esoterically because this is a better way to look at it, and this is a better way to align yourself. Because when you look at it this way, you don't have to feel guilty with doing certain things, and you know that you're helping yourself in the long run. When you sign a contract in real life that you didn't look over everything and you didn't see that it fuck you up, it fucks you up in the long run. Say you got signed for a record deal and you got signed for a little bit amount of money, and then the residuals that you're supposed to get, you're not getting it because you didn't understand the contract. So now it fucked you up in the long run. It was a short gain, but in the long run it was a loss. So esoterically, if you agree to do something with say somebody call you and say like, man, let's go steal some Robin jeans, or let's go steal something from a store, and you don't want to really do it, but you decide to do it. You signed that contract. So whatever happens, when y'all get caught or whatever happens, it fucked you up in the long run. Now, you may have did it once or twice and got away with it, so it's for short gain, you got a short gain, but once you signed that contract and then you got locked up and got caught, in the long run, it hurted you. So you signed the contract that was bad for you, esoterically. Now, this makes sense because I want to talk about something called the Galactic Federation of Light, and you may have heard of this. And you know, this is where all the, you know, you want to talk about Palladians, Greys, Anunnakis, whatever being you want to put your focus on, or whatever you want to learn about, all these beings work in the Galactic Federation of Light. Now, you are part of these beings. You are engineered by reptilians. You are engineered by Greys. You have, listen, you want to know how you got you're engineered with reptilian traits? Go cut yourself, and in a week or so that cut will heal. Now that's a rejuvenation tactic. You go cut a rattlesnake head, or go cut a rattlesnake, or cut something like that, it got rapid healing. Rupert Rain, he got the rapid healing ability. Now the slower the process of our healing is due to the fact of what we're eating and the air that we're breathing and the level of consciousness we're in. You know what I'm saying? All that goes into why it takes so long to heal. But there was a time that humans can heal just as rapidly fast. You know what I'm saying? But right there shows you have reptilian skills. You want to know how you have Grey skills? Because we can shapeshift. You could be this way one day and be this way another day. That's shapeshifting. You have the engineered DNA of the Grey. So we have like 50, 100. Well, you guys have 50, like hundreds of shit, you know what I'm saying, mixed and engineered. So these things are not scary. These things are a part of you. These things that was here as themselves beings before they was mixtured and sextiled and tried up and developed children and all that shit and DNA and us to become a generation that we're here now. They was as of one as itself. There's many gods. Even say that in the Bible. When you read the Bible, it said, let us make mankind of us. There's two creation stories. You know what I'm saying? Who was God talking to? He's talking to other gods. But these gods are different type beings. And we are engineered. They have sex. This is how you have sex. Just like you are a so-called black person having sex with a so-called Puerto Rican person or so-called Caucasian person, or not black, but African. I don't mean to use color. Sorry about that. But so-called Caucasian having sex with a so-called Mexican or so-called this, that, and the third. This is the same thing with beings. And then we are engineered of a mixture of them. And then as a race of us, we have mixtures of babies that's mixtures of engineered of us. Then they gonna come down, have mixtures of engineered. It's like a lot of that shit. A majority of, but I can tell you right now, on an Earth basis, the majority of DNA that's going on right now is Palladian energy. Palladian energy. That's a lot. That takes over like at least 60%. Then you got the 70, the 80, then the 90, then the 100. But it's really no such thing as 100%. It has to be a 360 in this sphere of reality. A lot of other spheres of realities and other Milky Ways and stuff like that have bigger orbs to the point that it may be bigger than a 360. It may be a 420, or it may be it may be a 720, or it may be, and we're just now tapping into that energy because we're getting closer. Like, we're always moving. Everything is moving. Just because it's moving slow to you, that's because we're small. But as big beings, these things are moving fast, rapidly, and we're just magnetically connected to the sun orb. So we're moving with the sun while the sun is moving fast, and we're getting closer and closer to other galaxies. We're in the Milky Way galaxy right now, and we're just in a small portion of the Milky Way galaxy, which is our orb, which is with the planetary alignments that happen to surround this star, which is the sun. You know what I'm saying? But there's many different suns. Like I said, there's many different gods and many different galaxies. And we're getting close to the galaxy where Andromeda star constellation is originally from. And the closer we get to here is the closer we get, the more we're going to be able to tap into their conscious level, to the point that when we manifest it here on Earth, it's going to manifest out through things like we're going to make better quality cameras, better, faster phones, you know what I'm saying, better receiving phones, better, you know what I'm saying, that's how it get manifested. So instead of it being 1080, we're going to have some new shit above 1080, you know what I'm saying. But reason why we're on 1080 now, because we're getting closer to there already. We've been close, you know what I'm saying. And there's another sun that we circle too, that it comes around, and it's on its way of coming back to the point that they cross paths, you know what I'm saying. So be wary of that too. I don't know what that sun called yet, but it's another sun that our sun is attracted to when it moves. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why our sun always flirts with this sun, but I'm going to get into that because there's a science behind that. And it brings elements onto Earth, and since that's a sun, it's another representation of actions, but it's another representation of actions of another orb. You know what I'm saying? In our Milky Way. And their sun, and we're going to be able to process and pick up and receive actions because it is their sun. So we're going to be able to pick up certain things of their actions. So whatever we start to do as far as actions that start to look like it's unbelievable or nobody was done before, it's because we're picking up energy from another star that got its own planetary alignment, that they do their actions the way how they do their actions. And our sun circles this. So every time we get a little bit close, we interchange actions. They're going to be doing things certain like what we do, and as Earth, where we at, we're going to be doing certain things that they do. So it's going to manifest in things like people doing shit that people may not never seen before. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like that, because it's going to be the same way in their existence too. You know what I'm saying? It's not, nobody's more powerful than nobody. Just because, say, some aliens or something really come here in our existence on this Earth, right? This is not some shit we supposed to be scared of or some shit like that. They just like us. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it out. But back to the your esoteric lawyer and all that. See, now the Galactic Federation of Light is like, it's almost like it's esoteric justice. Now, there's no right or wrong. So whoever you give the power to esoterically is your fault. Just the same way here. Just because we give money to power, and just because we give money to law, I mean, just because we give power to laws and give power to money and allow them and allow their elites to utilize that energy to however they like it, just because we do that and we give power to money, a person who got money have no reason to be mad. It's our fault that we given that power. It's our fault that we're mad because we don't have it. We giving it the power. So esoterically, whatever happens to you esoterically is still technically your fault. So that's why at a grand state, there's no such thing as right or wrong. There's no such thing as left or right. There's no such thing as up and down. So when you in this esoteric realm, that's why you don't see direction until you come back onto this yang realm. You know what I'm saying? There's no direction in the yin realm. That's why even to the smallest form of manifestation here on Earth, as far as females the way they are, because in an esoteric way, in such a sense, a man is a sense of direction for a woman, which is the man is the sun, the woman is the moon, the man is the yang, the woman is the yin. But on a smaller scale, male and female. You have to understand that. You can't really tie yin and yang to male and female, but on a smaller scale, that's technically what it is. That's technically how it play out. But on a large scale, yin and yang has nothing to do with that. It's just energies. So it get manifested through everything down here. Through negative battery, positive battery, you know what I'm saying? Good, evil, negative charge. All that is just small manifestations of yin and yang. But it's not yin and yang. Male and female, small manifestations of yin and yang, but we are not yin and yang. A male have yin and yang within him. A female have yin and yang within her. And yin and yang trickles down to the smallest particle. You have yin and yang particles. So everything is yin and yang. You have your left brain, your right brain. Your right brain is yin, your left brain is yang. Your left brain is logical, your right brain is metaphysical. You know what I'm saying? So it just trickles down. So when we get to a Galactic Federation of Light, all these beings you want to talk about, the grays, autumn, you know, indigos, with the certain, you know, people who use the integral energy, they're different beings too. They all work here. Now, for an example, if you want to bring it on an earth basis, right? Say somebody, say people who work in government, people who want to, you a kid, right? Say you're a kid and you grow up and you want to be in the House of Senate. You want to get into politics. You want to get into you know what I'm saying, all that type of shit, right? Now, it's a possibility that esoterically you are a direct bloodline or a direct descendant from a person or a being who worked in the Galactic Federation of Light. It's the same, like these could be your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? These could be your spirit guides. Whatever realm you in, this is who they are. You know what I'm saying? Grays, autumn, these is who they are. So when you in the Galactic Federation of Light, if you a person on Earth, you have people every day who grow up and say, man, my grandmother just always come to me in dreams, or I was led to this path for this job. I felt like I was meant to be in the House of Senate, like just for an example, in politics. I was meant to be here. That you have an esoteric direct line to your family who work in the Galactic Federation of Light. And they give you energy down here and frequency waves to create thought processes of your lineage for it to create and manifest realities for you to the point that you feel like this is your job to do. And you get into that, you become a lawyer here, or you become a judge, or you become a person in the Senate, House of Senate, or the Congress, or whatever like that, and you play that out here. But 9 times out of 10, you a direct descendant from your family ancestors, from you part of the great grandkid of the great grandkid of the great grandkid. And so the spirit beings up here that we all from, they work there too. So you just doing your family job basically. You know what I'm saying? People who are in the Illuminati, all that, whatever like that, their family lineage, their family is powerful esoterically and created a big spirit and orb. And it get played out down here through a direct bloodline. Like for an example, me, I'm a direct bloodline from the divine, the archangels that came about, the God created for us. And I will tell you this too, the God I'm talking about isn't the God in the Bible. My Father isn't in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And for an example too, the first wife wasn't even in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know about Asherah. Y'all don't know about Lilith. Lilith, see, I had a video on Lilith, but I was just talking about the manifestation of the energy that it comes down on Earth. Like how it gets manifested. But she's actually part of Yin. She's actually real. You want to call her a she. See, where I'm from is different words. English language can't even really explain what I see. But for some reason, I chose to come here in America with English. So obviously, English has an energy. Whoever created English and all those people absorbed enough energy for it to be one of the most powerful languages on Earth. So that's why I chose to come here and align myself with that language in this form. Because I guess this language holds more weight than a lot of the other languages here. But there's a lot of other more powerful language here though, but I guess English is one of the best ones that gets translated due to the fact of who created English. So I'm basically just using their program. You know what I'm saying? I chose to come here and use their program for the sake of my message. I guess my Father felt like in this language will be the best examples and the best presentation I can use for this existence in this time frame right now. And you know, I have brothers and everybody that's in different languages and everything. My soul group is large. Huge. There's plenty Uriels, many Uriels. I'm just a manifestation of honing it and owning the energy of it to the point I become it. But I share this energy. I have millions. I don't want to say millions due to the technical of the English language and how y'all look at the number million and how y'all look at it as lineage. But let's just say the 150,000 soul group of my soul group. You know what I'm saying? We out here. But back to your esoteric lawyer. You know what I'm saying? In the Galactic Federation of Light, you know what I'm saying? It's like going to court. So when you are unaligned, you know when you're doing something that you don't supposed to do. So you know that you signed the contract that you didn't fully look over. And if you did fully look over it and still signed it, you fucked yourself up. And you can't blame nobody for you. So anybody that fuck up or fuck with you in the situation that you put yourself in, you can't blame. You can only blame the energy that's around them or jumping through them that's being used for your fuck up. Remember, this is your world. The world revolves around you because you are you. You are perfect. Don't ever let nobody tell you you're not perfect. You're perfect because I can't go nowhere and say that there's someone who's just like me. So if there's someone who's just like me, then that means I can't be perfectly me. And that doesn't make sense. So why would I say I'm not perfect? And if you saying you're not perfect, who are you referring to that you're not of? What are you thinking you're supposed to be that what's perfect? You have a fucked up definition of perfect. Everyone is perfect. You are perfectly you. Because there can't be nobody out there like you. Because if there's somebody out there that's just like you, then they're not perfectly you. Because they're trying to be you. So that's a form of fraud or a form of fabrication. So right there is an example of why someone can't be perfect if they're trying to be you. But there's no outer example of something that's perfect that you yourself can say you not that. So you can't do that. You are perfect in your world. This is your world. So you have to remember that. So when you think about aligning yourself and signing contracts, when you think about it like this helps you relieve the stress of telling somebody off or telling somebody you don't want to deal with them today. Because you signed the contract right away of this, or you disagreeing with the contract right away. And you can't be worried about this way it helps you not worried about hurting a person's feelings or not. Because you're going to be respected for it. And even though you may want the respect of that person and feel like you won't get it because you're coming across that way, believe me, in time, that person will respect you for that. You only going to get short of respect from someone when you show yourself of trying to apply yourself to their